Romans 11, verse 5. So therefore also at this present time a remnant according to the choice of favor has come to be. And if by favor it is no longer of works, otherwise favor is no longer favor. And if it is of works, it is no longer favor, otherwise work is no longer work. Okay, that was clear. That's the kind of stuff you go, hey, Shaul, really? That's how you really wanted to put that? Now let's understand what's going on here. Keep in mind that whole sort of messy section there in verse 6. And let's hold your place there and go to Deuteronomy chapter 9. Deuteronomy chapter 9. See, Yahweh expects this to be a here a little, there a little, line upon line. He doesn't expect it all to be in one place. He wants you to have to work at it and seek it and search it out. So Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 9 and verse 1. Listen now. Hear, O Yisrael, you are passing over the Jordan today to go in to dispossess nations greater and stronger than yourself, cities great and walled up to the heavens, a people great and tall, the descendants of the Anakim, who you know, and of whom you heard it said, who does stand before the descendants of Anak? And you shall know today that Yahweh your Elohim is he who is passing over before you as a consuming fire. He does destroy them and subdue them before you, so you shall dispossess them and destroy them quickly, as Yahweh has said to you. Now listen now, this is the setup there. This is the point. Do not think in your heart, after Yahweh your Elohim has driven them out before you, saying, because of my righteousness, Yahweh has brought me in to possess this land. But it is because of the wrong of these nations that Yahweh is driving them out from before you. It is not because of your righteousness or the uprightness of your heart that you go in to possess their land, but because of the wrong of these nations that Yahweh your Elohim drives them out from before you. Now listen, in order to establish the word which Yahweh swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzhak, and to Yaakov. And you shall know that Yahweh your Elohim is not giving you this good land to possess because of your righteousness, for you are a stiff-necked people. Remember, do not forget how you provoked to wrath Yahweh your Elohim in the wilderness. From the day that you came out of the land of Mitzrayim until you came to this place, you have been rebellious against Yahweh. So now hold that thought and go back to Romans 11. He says, if by favor it is no longer works, otherwise favor is no longer favor, and if it is by works, it's no longer favor, otherwise work is no longer work. See, now it's clear, right? Now, what he's saying is this. He did this because of the works of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, not because of their works. So you're receiving favor because they merited the promise. So yes, there is favor here, and it is merited favor. But you're receiving it in an unmerited way because it's not about your works. That's what Deuteronomy is saying. It's the same thing. Deuteronomy is saying, look, don't think this is because of your righteousness. Somehow you earned something. You didn't earn anything. This is because the nations in there, I already promised I would kick them out, and because I made promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they merited that because of what they did. And so I made them promises, he's saying, because of what they did. So now again, from verse 5, it says, so therefore also at this present time a remnant according to the choice of favor. What favor? The favor he promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob has come to be. Because he promised there would always be that remnant that would eventually lead to, like the sand in the sea, the stars in the heaven, etc. The promises of restoration. So hopefully that now helps understand that verse 6 is trying to say, look, you guys have not done anything personally to bring this all about. It was already laid out because of what others did before you. You are now a part of the fulfillment of what they were promised. Okay, so if by favor it's no longer of works. In other words, you're receiving this not because of your works. Deuteronomy 9, he says it's not because of your works, Israel, that you're being given this land. It's because of the evil of the people in there and my promises based on the works of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, my promises to them. You're now the recipient, though, but it's not because you're so special. He's simply trying to say, don't think you're somebody and so special because I'm doing this like somehow it's you. And then you sit and go, oh, well, it's our generation because the other guys were so bad, but we're great. He's saying, no, you guys have been rebellious since you came out of Egypt. I think we're still that way. I don't think anything's changed a whole lot. He said, however, I promised your forefathers, and I keep my word. And so this in Romans, and Paul is explaining, Shaul is explaining, is a part of fulfilling that promise. The promise that there would be a light to the Goyim, a light to the Gentiles, to the nations, and that eventually Abraham would be the father of many Goyim or nations.